Good day, everyone. Welcome to the 8th and final week of our virtual learning here in Valenzuela Life Science 8. Since it is our last virtual class for this unique school year, be sure to give your utmost attention and participation for today's live stream. Pick a good spot at your respective homes to maximize the learnings that you might get for today's lesson. Let's see if you still remember the things that you learned from our last topic. Answer these 5 multiple choice questions by tapping on the assigned reaction button. You have to listen carefully as I read each questions and options once. After that, I will be giving you 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready? Let's begin. Question number 1. Which of these processes refers to the absorption of organic nitrogen by animals from eating or consuming animals? Is it like for assimilation, heart for denitrification, nitrification, wow, nitrogen fixation? Timer starts now. The correct answer is assimilation. Question number 2. It refers to the conversion of nitrogen to ammonia. Click like for nitrogen fixation. Heart for nitrogen assimilation. Denitrification. Wow, ammonification. You have 5 seconds. Time is up. The correct answer is nitrogen fixation. Question number 3. Which material cycle in the ecosystem involves evaporation, condensation, and precipitation? Is it like for oxygen cycle, heart for nitrogen cycle, water cycle? Wow, none of these. You have 5 seconds. Time is up. The correct answer is water cycle. Question number 4. Which pair of materials are products of oxygen carbon dioxide cycle? Is it like carbon dioxide and water, heart, oxygen and water, carbon dioxide and glucose, wow, oxygen and glucose? You have 5 seconds. Time is up. The correct answer is oxygen and glucose. Question number 5. What is the key player in nitrogen cycle that is responsible for nitrogen fixation? Is it like bacteria, heart, lightning, plants and animals, and wow, sun? 5 seconds. The correct answer is bacteria. If you got a score of 4 or 5, give yourself pats on back because you did a good job. Let's also thank your teachers for doing a great job during the follow-up session. With their help, the previous lesson has been further explained. Before we move on to the next lesson, let's play a short game. In this game, you have to guess the mystery job based on the 3 descriptions that I'll be giving. Then, you will be given 5 seconds to answer. Simply click on the react button that corresponds to your answer. We call it as workahula. Workahula number 1. I am mostly seen at the start of rainy season. My main tools are shovel, rake, and rope. I decongest sewers to avoid flooding when it rains. What is the mystery job? Is it like for Caminero, heart for Metro 8, wow for vulcanizer? 5 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is Caminero. Workahula number 2. I provide electricity to homes. My main tools are drill, pliers, and copper. I install photovoltaic tiles at homes to harness energy from the sun. What is the mystery job? Is it light for lineman, solar panel installer, represented by heart, or wow for meter reader? You have 5 seconds. Starts now. The correct answer is solar panel installer. Workahula number 3, which is our last one. I look for recyclables from segregation bins and houses. My main tools are cart, gloves, grabber tool. I make usable and profitable products from the things that I collected. What is the mystery job? Is it trash collector, represented by light, heart, mangangalakal, wow, for recyclers? You have 5 seconds. 3. The correct answer is, that is recyclers. Now, what did you notice about the jobs that we mentioned in the game? Correct. They are all green jobs. What is meant by green jobs? Green jobs are decent jobs that contribute to preserve or restore the environment. Others define it as jobs that provide services that use renewable energy sources, reduce pollution, conserve energy and natural resources, and reconstitute waste. Let us appreciate these green jobs and the positive impact that they do to the environment and for us as well. We hope that in the future, more of us will be engaged with these green-collar jobs. Here are some of the emerging green jobs today: energy consultant, farmer, green entrepreneur, forester, conservationist, biofuels expert, natural scientist, environmental engineers, recyclers, urban growers, urban planners, green builders, solar panel installer, teachers who teach environmental science, and clean air engineers. For today, here are the most essential learning competencies that we need to achieve. Human activities that affect the survival of the ecosystem. Suggest ways to minimize the human impact on the environment. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching. Are those lines familiar to you? Those are lines from the song Every Breath You Take by the Police. When I hear that song, I imagine Mother Nature singing for us. All she can do is to watch us slowly lead her to the destruction because of our various activities that we do for our survival. In this portion, I will discuss the activities that affect ecosystem as well as their impacts to ecosystem. First is monoculture. It is a practice where a type of crop is planted throughout the year. It is suggested that crop rotation must be done not to exploit the minerals on the soil. Here are the negative impacts of monoculture to the ecosystem. First, it decreases biodiversity in the locality. It exploits the nutrients from the soil, disrupts the local ecosystem and food chain. Second is the use of insecticide or herbicide. This is the practice of adding chemical agent for killing and inhibiting the growth of unwanted plants, such as residential or agricultural weeds and invasive species. Its impact in the ecosystem are the following. It destroys the biodiversity in the locality, pollutes the soil as a result of pesticide overuse, and it disturbs the food chain in the locality. Third is the use of chemical fertilizers. It is any organic substance containing chemical elements that improve the growth of plants, fertility of the soil, and increases crop yield. Its negative impact on the ecosystem are the following. Pollutes waterways. Acidifies and depletes mineral of the soil. And chemical burn crops and increase air pollution. Fourth is the improper waste disposal. The disposal of waste in a way that has negative consequences for the environment. Examples include littering, hazardous waste is dumped into the ground, and not recycled items that should be recycled. Its negative impact to the environment are: it decreases biodiversity in the locality, leaching causes contamination of the soil, decreases inhabitable places due to soil conversion into landfills. Fifth human activity on the list is deforestation. It refers to the decrease in the forest areas across the world that are lost for other uses, such as agricultural croplands, urbanization, or mining activities. Its negative impact are: it destroys the habitat of various animals, decreases biodiversity in the locality as usual, decreases the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere. The sixth human activity is over-harvesting. It is also called as over-exploitation. It is simply referring to the harvesting of renewable resources to the point of diminishing returns, meaning the resource could not recover within a short span of time. Its negative impact are: it disturbs the food chain, either terrestrial or aquatic, destroys the habitat due to harvesting malpractices, leads to possible extinction of harvested plants or animals. Last on the list is overpopulation. This human activity triggers the increase in demand to other sources. As population increases, the need for resources increases as well. Overpopulation is defined as population which exceeds the sustainable size or carrying capacity. Its negative impact are: it increases the demand for electricity, it increases the land area converted by humans to sustain the needs, increases the demand for other resources from the ecosystem. There are human activities that affect the survival of the ecosystem. What is more important is identifying the things that we can do to save our ecosystem. Let's see if you learned something from today's lesson. Before moving on to the assessment, answer these 5 multiple choice questions by reacting with the corresponding react button. You are given 5 seconds to think, and after the time limit, the correct answer will show up. Number 1, which refers to the farming practice when a single type of crop is planted throughout the year. Is it like pork-bean, heart, monoculture, haha, use of herbicide, wow, use of insecticide? 5 seconds, start now. The correct answer is monoculture. Number 2, which of these is not a negative impact of over-harvesting of resources? Is it like decrease in population species, heart, disturbs local food chain, haha, destruction of habitat, wow, decrease in human population? 5 seconds starts now. The correct answer is decrease in human population. Number 3, which human activity triggers the increase in demand with other resources in the ecosystem? Is it like overharvesting, heart, overpopulation, haha, improper waste disposal, wow, use of chemical fertilizer? 5 seconds starts now. The correct answer is overpopulation. Number 4, what is the common negative impact of human activities in the ecosystem? Is it like for air pollution, heart, pollution of the soil, haha, decreases biodiversity, and wow, water pollution? 5 seconds starts now. The correct answer is it decreases biodiversity. Number 5, as a student, how will you take part in solving deforestation? Is it like use of plastic products instead? Part, recycle select paper products? Haha, non-use of paper products? Wow, increase the use of paper products. 5 seconds. The correct answer is recycle select paper products. If you got a score of 3 or higher, it means that you are ready for the assessment later. Let us now summarize today's learnings. Here are the important points. Keep in mind that almost everything we do affects our only home planet. A certain human activity affects the ecosystem in one or more ways. We are responsible for keeping the balance in the ecosystem. Choose activities with lesser impact to the ecosystem. Let us be reminded that what we needed are derived from the ecosystems. Do you want to flex how much you have learned today? Follow these easy steps. Scan, answer, screenshot, and send it to your teacher. Scan or visit the link shown below to access the multiple choice questions related with today's lesson. You may watch this lesson again to visit the link. The link will close exactly at around 8 a.m. on Friday. I know that we wanted to save our only planet from destruction. Here are some of the things that you can do to save the planet. They might be small acts, but if joined together, it will make a tremendous impact. You can segregate waste before putting it in the trash bin. Save water by using it efficiently. Save electricity by unplugging unused electronic devices. Decrease meat and dairy consumption because it leaves a lot of carbon footprint. Walk or ride a bike in visiting nearby places. Practice utilizing reusable bags. Scan the code to have your own copy and have it printed to remind you of what you can do to save the environment. It is time for our Q&A. In this part, I will answer questions related with today's lesson. Here is a question from Cristal Goddess of Valenzuela National High School. Her question: are there human activities that do not have negative impact on the ecosystem? Most activities that we do affect the ecosystem, but we can choose the activities with lesser impact, like riding a bike over commuting. Here is another question from Kristen Tabacunda, still from Banat. This question goes like this: what are the other activities that affect the survival of the ecosystem? Aside from the ones that we have discussed, here are other activities that affect the survival of the ecosystem. Examples are burning of waste, dependence to fossil fuel, travel, and livestock production. We already fed our minds with the information vital for our survival. It is now time for our food for the heart. We must protect our planet. It is only our home and provider. As the saying goes, take care of it, and it will take care of you. In behalf of all live stream teachers, content and language validators, moderators, ICT personnel, we thank you for staying with us until the end. See you in our next Valenzuela Live.